The woman never would have thought that the handsome man in front of her was actually the Grim Reaper feared by all. Watching the man's face turn expressionless and his words grow scarce, Marlene thought back to the man she met that morning. At that time Carl was on the phone, and there was something uniquely witty and charming about the way he spoke. When Carl returned to his seat, his natural social skills kicked in and he struck up a conversation with the woman in front of him. Luckily Marlene was just as polite and responded, and just like that they started chatting. It was clear they were both carefully testing the waters, trying to figure each other out. Slowly Carl found himself getting lost in the depths of her eyes, and Marlene was falling for his undeniable charm. Yet, even as they parted ways neither of them confessed their feelings. Still it was obvious that neither of them wanted to leave. Maybe it was fate playing a trick on them, even though they both kept looking back. Not once did their eyes meet. All they saw was each other's backs walking away as if unfazed. Carl, seeing no response from her, felt disappointed. So disappointed in fact that he didn't notice the oncoming car in time. And just like that his life came to an end that very afternoon. Strangely enough, though Carl had already passed away, his body reappeared in the home of a wealthy man. But the man standing there wasn't Carl anymore. It was death itself inhabiting Carl's body. He told the wealthy man, "I am the Grim Reaper. I've come to take you with me, but if you let me experience the joys and sorrows of human life, I can grant you more time before you have to go." Hearing this, the wealthy man thought of his recent mysterious heart pains. He believed the man's words, and because he wanted to spend more time with his daughter, he agreed to the Reaper's secret deal. That evening the man's beloved daughter arrived at the banquet. It was Marlene, the gentle woman from the cafe, but Henry, as he was now called, had no idea she was the wealthy man's daughter. Remembering how she never got Carl's number that morning, Marlene took the initiative to chat with Henry. The wealthy man immediately felt uneasy. He interrupted their conversation and pulled Henry aside. He warned him, "Stay away from my daughter," but Henry simply replied, "I don't know Marlene, but the man who once owned this body, Carl, he definitely had feelings for her." Hearing this, the wealthy man said nothing, and instead led Henry to his room to rest. To keep his promise, the wealthy man took Henry to his company, exposing him to the complexities of human relationships. He also had him observe people's expressions and emotions in the streets, so he could better understand what it meant to be human. After some time, Henry finally grasped the basics of human emotions. One day while strolling around as usual, he accidentally stumbled upon Marlene swimming. Instinctively he handed her a towel, and before he knew it he had fallen for her. Then he asked the question, "Would you be my girlfriend?" Marlene didn't answer. She didn't reject him either. She just looked at him, slowly getting lost in his presence. But in the end she managed to look away. That night at the banquet, Marlene's boyfriend got jealous, even though he was only with her for her family's wealth. Watching her openly chat with another man was too much, so he broke up with her on the spot. As Marlene turned away, she saw Henry standing there unsure of what to do. Now single, she finally confessed her feelings to him, but Henry knew he could never truly be with a human, so he turned and walked away. Heartbroken, Marlene cried in her father's arms, telling him everything. But to her surprise, the father, who had always supported her, refused to accept it. She thought maybe that was the end of it, but instead she secretly continued seeing Henry behind her father's back.